Good afternoon, everyone. We're getting ready to start the 48th annual Red Angus Classic show. For today, we'll begin with Class 1, which will be your May, late April heifers. Let's welcome our judge today, Tyler Krug from Atkins, Iowa. Tyler is an ISU graduate. He's an ag business instructor at Kirkwood Community College in Cedar Rapids. They focus on Simi, Angus cattle, along with his family farm. Red Angus consigners, if you need videos for your cattle for the sale, you may do so on the west side of the show arena.
Well, welcome to our first class in this Red Angus, I guess, maturity sale show. We're just going to be placing the top two, whether we have 2 or 5 in a class, and then we'll talk about everything here. So May and April's in this class, and going to use the gentleman out here in the vest. I think maybe just got an advantage of age today, but I do like this heifer in terms of just her dimension, her boldness, and just down the top side of her spine. Pretty bold in terms of her upper rib shape, and you get behind her and she's impressive. I like her foot size and bone. Maybe not quite as attractive and smooth in terms of the shape of her shoulder and how she sets up. Probably got a little bit more just weight on her today, but I really like just the natural power and just kind of sheer dimension of that heifer that we're going to lead off this class with. Comparatively, this heifer that I'm going to go ahead and use second, a little bit different in terms of just super long spine. I love her flexibility. She's super elegant and attractive and feminine. She's deep-sided, maybe a little bit flatter in her forerib, but I think it's okay to be green at this stage. She's fairly young yet, but love her running gear. I mean, that thing could walk for days. I think that one has a bright future. Again, when her best view is probably when she's pulled the lead. I like that one a great deal. So definitely some trade-offs in those two heifers. And then we'll just bring these, if the young lady who just kind of wants to keep circling out, a heifer that's maybe a shot more moderate. I really like this one in terms of her upper rib shape. Probably more closely resembles the heifer that I tied into on top, but one that you really have to appreciate just her natural shape. Again, her boldness of center. A lot of things that we like about that heifer. The calf that's coming in here next is a calf that we really like the length of spine, a shot more frame and size today. One that we maybe just gives up the balanced look compared to the heifer right above her, but again, a shot more performance there today. But a really nice class of younger open heifers. Go give those kids a nice round of applause. That's a really nice class of sale heifers. Those things are nice.
The top 2 placings in Class 1, Lot 8, CB2 Cattle Company 404L CBCB. Placing second, Lot 48, TLC Livestock Services 340L1 CDL. Entering the ring are your April class.
We're going to place these in the order they came in. Really like this Yow's kind of lighter colored one. On the stand, she gives you a really, really solid look from the side. She's probably the option that I prefer in terms of just her head shape and how she blends her neck into maybe a little bit neater shoulder and into her chest. Long spine. I like how square she is. Again, these are just April heifers, but they probably have the right amount on them. Like a lot of things about that heifer, could maybe make her just a shot more comfortable there in terms of how she gets out of her rear too. But this darker heifer, again, one that kind of follows suit. She's super deep bodied, uniform in her depth all the way through. Huge middle. You can't ask for more in just mass and substance. Again, maybe just a shot more down in through her chest floor there. Maybe just maybe just want to change her and kind of how she gathers herself at the ground just ever so slightly. But there's a lot of cow power packed in that one too. Like that one a great deal. Nice couple April heifers.
Your Class 2 placings, Lot 21, JVM Cattle, 337 JTVM, and Lot 18, Tim Johnson Cattle, 325L TJC. Entering the ring is Class 3, which will be your March 23 heifers. Red Angus exhibitors just entering into the ring. If you need videos for Live Auctions TV, she is doing videos on the west side of the arena. I'll run through some of the consigners for the sale tomorrow. Bar U Ranch from Cotton Falls, Kansas. Barnes Family Cattle, Lamoni, Iowa. CB2 Cattle Company, Brooklyn, Iowa. DK Brown Farms, Merkel, Texas. Griffin Red Angus, New Hampton, Iowa. Hine Cattle Company, Osage, Iowa. Tim Johnson, Bellevue, Iowa. Tenley Jones, Collins, Iowa. JVM Cattle Company, Pella, Iowa. Cabela Brothers Cattle, West Branch, Iowa. Clinker Reds, Winnebago, Minnesota. Lintz Red Angus, Creston, Iowa. Linder Reds, KCJ Angus, Platteville, Wisconsin. Lunan Stock Farms, Corning, Iowa. Nolan Red Angus, Brock Barnett, Monroe, Iowa. Laura Rice, Adel, Iowa. Carrie Schwickerwath, New Hampton, Iowa. Shady Hills Red Angus, Blue Earth, Minnesota. Steady Run Genetics, Addison McDowell, Hedrick, Iowa. TLC Livestock Services, Rushford, Minnesota. Vinton Red Angus, Indianola, Iowa. Wangan Cattle Company, Ellendale, Minnesota. And Tim and Kathy Weber, Springville, Iowa. Thanks to our consigners. If it wasn't for you, we wouldn't be able to do the sale. We appreciate it.
the March Open heifer class. This young lady's brought us a couple nice prospects today, and I kind of settled into this heifer. She's just very complete and hard to poke a hole in. And, you know, maybe she hasn't the sharpest fronted one out here or the biggest framed or the stoutest bone, but she completes or checks a lot of boxes. I think this heifer, you know, has ample foot size and bone. She's got some natural thickness, and I like her dimension from her top side into her forerib, and is just in a really, really nice spot. I like this heifer a great deal. Gentleman out front here, just a shot bigger frame here, but just a whale of a brood cow prospect. I like this one, you know, maybe just a notch of throat latch up front, but she just reads just long spine, flexible spine, deep bodied, just kind of just really, really attractive, and her kind of maternal look from the profile, really, really nice heifer there in that top pair as well. Gentleman coming out next, really, really sleek fronted heifer that's kind of sharp and really ties neatly into her shoulder. You know, one that you can't make one, you know, that kind of just neat fronted very easily, and, you know, kind of ties it really level back into her tail head. You know, maybe doesn't have as much just oomph to her today, but really, really like just some of the extra breeding pieces that one maybe offers in terms of just kind of look and kind of neatness there. You know, a combination heifer coming out next, one that is long spined and big hip, has some added shot of foot size. Appreciate that about that heifer. Again, a heifer that we like just in terms just where she's at today in terms of size and just body. Again, a notch bigger framed heifer coming out next that I think has some unique pieces in terms of being really attractive and very, very high tying, super long spined, and yet I think one that carries some natural, genuine rib shape up high. You know, they don't have to be really super deep bodied, and, you know, they're just coming, you know, 1-year-olds here today. But I like a lot of things about that heifer as well. So really nice class of Marches that came out here today. Thank you.
Your Class 3 placing, Lot 33, Lentz Special, exhibited by Lentz Red Angus, and Lot 46, Steady Run Genetics, SGR, AWR, MS Mary 3034. Entering the ring is Class 4, your February heifers.
The young lady in blue brings us what I think is a very high quality individual in this February class. She's once she gets her parked, that heifer has a lot of natural presence out here in the ring, and just elevated in terms of her look. From her poll back to her tailhead, everything just kind of fits. She's neat fronted. She's got plenty of foot size and bone. I love that about her. She's really good in terms of her depth. And then, too, she's a heifer that kind of just from whatever angle probably gives you just the nicest look out here. One that I think is ultra high quality out here. Congratulations, young lady. That one's pretty nice in my opinion. Young lady in black, a heifer that I think I just really appreciate her in terms of just where she's at today, in terms of just her size, her length, her attractiveness in terms of being, feminine up through her front 1/3. I like how elevated she is out of the top side of her shoulder, blends pretty nice into her shoulder, into her forerib, and again, just talk about length for days, maybe not as stout as a couple other heifers out here, but I think ample in terms of dimension, a very nice feminine cowy one as well. And if the gentlemen just kind of want to follow suit around here, a heifer that, maybe go a different direction with, this one just so powerful. I think one that's a shot more moderate than the heifer that goes right in front here, but I think as an individual, you study this one and you really appreciate just her topside shape, her boldness of center, like those things about that one. I'd like to see her just kind of more elongated and more comfortable and pulled the lead. And then commend this gentleman here for bringing stout ones. I think his last couple he's brought through the ring here have been big-footed cattle that have some natural pin width and shape up high, and then again some topside power to go with it. But a nice class of February opens. Really like those top couple.
Your placings for Class 4, your late to mid-February heifers. Lot 31, Lince Red Angus with Squirt. And Lot 42, Carrie Schwickerath with SCHW Miss Stock Market 31. Entering the ring, we have our early February heifer calves, Class 5.
top pair, you know, I think there's attributes in all these cattle that we've seen today, but this top pair offers some extra stuff, and appreciate you taking, giving me some extra time and patience here. This darker heifer just kind of hit me the hardest when we got in the ring. I appreciate, you know, out here her moderation. She's about as deep-sided as you can make one, and just really, really attractive in her look from the profile. You know, in terms of her rear leg and just the set and the comfort she sets down on her rear legs in terms of her hock and the angle and just the ease that she kind of meets the surface. I like her hoof size and shape. You know, a heifer that we could certainly, you know, maybe elongate her out of her neck and kind of trim her up into her shoulder there. But a heifer that I think has ample dimension throughout, maybe just not the widest and squarest in terms of her pins up high today, but a heifer that I think is really high quality, and I like her a great deal. I do like this gentleman here that has this heifer, the little lighter colored heifer out here, actually maybe neater at the top side of her neck in terms of how she blends into her shoulder. I mean, from the ground up, just the foot size and bone, it's really, really nice. Love her length of spine. She's dead level down her top and so square in terms of her hip and just her pin set. Love those things about her. Maybe a notch plainer there through her throat latch and into her chest floor, but that's just going to be a whale of a cow in the future. I think both those top heifers couldn't go wrong either way. I like them a great deal. So compliments to those consigners. And the gentleman that's brought a couple of nice ones out here today, I like this heifer for her just extreme length. You know, love that about her. You know, is adequate in terms of depth, in terms of her chest into her heart, and center portion of her body. Maybe cut up a little bit more in terms of the flank, but just gives up some of the extra bells and whistles to a pair that I think is very high quality on the top end. So a nice class of older Februaries there as well.
Your placings for Class 5, Lot 55, Wangan Cattle Company, Wang Trophy 131L, and Lot 37, Nolan Red Angus, Nolan's Beth L18. Entering the ring, we have January and a late December heifer class. Red Angus exhibitors just entering the ring. If you need videos for the sale, live auctions, TV, Margot is shooting video on the west side of the arena.
Sir, you've been busy out here, but I like your heifer to go ahead and lead this class off. I think a heifer that, I think just gives me the most attractive look from the profile, the most feminine, the most angular, and then just the most good. I think a heifer that, for just having a birthday party a couple weeks ago, I think is still in a good position. She's probably just not the most pulled apart or the furthest along as some other cattle we've seen out here, but attractive about her head and neck, cowy, long and flexible spine. Could make her just a shot bolder and more opened up. But the heifer that I have here coming right in behind her is maybe just has an advantage over a couple heifers that we have yet standing in terms just the angle up front in terms of her shoulder and knee placement. Love this one's length of body, depthness of side. Again, a heifer that have to appreciate just her overall practicality and just cowy, broody look. I like those things about that one a great deal. Gentleman coming out next in the black vest. I like this heifer in terms of, just from her shoulder back, she's widening, kind of a wedge shape. I love just from the ground, she sits square. Her toes are pointing the right direction, and she's square on all four corners. I like those things about her. Could just be just a shot more feminine in terms of her head shape and right down through her navel. But I like just the boldness and the dimension that heifer offers, kind of following suit on this darker heifer as well. You couldn't pack more just sheer boldness and center body in a heifer, at this point in the game. Maybe for me, I just like to just freshen her up, just slow slightly, and just make her go just a little bit better, more comfort. But a very nice class, a January open heifers there that they brought to town.
Scenes for Class 6, Lot 54, Vinton Red Angus, EVRA Jolene L173, and Lot 52, Vinton Red Angus, EVRA MIA L153. Entering the ring, we're ready to choose our champion open heifer and reserve champion open heifer. Out of Class 1, we have Lot 8, exhibited by CB2 Cattle Company. Out of Class 2, Lot 21, exhibited by JVM Cattle. Class 3, Lot 33, exhibited by Lentz Red Angus. Class 4, Lot 31, exhibited by Lentz Red Angus. Class 5, Lot 55, exhibited by Wangan Cattle Company. And out of Class 6, Lot 54, exhibited by Vinton Red Angus. Just a reminder to any junior looking to purchase tomorrow on the sale an open heifer, they will be eligible to participate in the Iowa Junior Show next weekend at the Iowa Beef Expo. Our reserves entering the ring from Class 1, Lot 48, TLC Livestock Services. From Class 2, Lot 18, Tim Johnson Cattle. From Class 3, Lot 46, Steady Run Genetics. From Class 4, Lot 42, Carrie Schwickerath. From Class 5, Lot 37, Nolan Red Angus. And from Class 6, Lot 52, Vinton Red Angus. Just a note for all exhibitors, pictures will be after the show in the cattle barn.
Well, I'm enjoying getting to evaluate the ones we've been out here so far on the heifers on the open side. Really like all the cattle we've had through the ring, and you know, even if we've had only pairs or trios, we've found quality in different shapes and sizes. And so I want to give a compliment to all the breeders and consigners that have brought cattle thus far and those yet to come, because you know, top to bottom, from the young man circling here to all the way through our last January heifers, we've had some really nice quality come through the ring. I'm going to talk a couple. I mentioned this young man here out front. There was a top pair in that kind of April and May class or division that I liked a great deal, and I think this heifer is definitely in the hunt out here. I think this one is super high quality, has a very, very bright future. She's up-headed and attractive, long in terms of her spine, and just really, really deep. Kind of ties everything really, really nicely together. I like that heifer a great deal. And then young lady in the gray out here in the middle, I think she might have been a February. I think a heifer that hit me hard when she first came in the ring for class, and still does so yet today. I think a heifer that's kind of, right there in terms of just, gives you some show ring eye appeal, but yet still has a lot of the qualities you need and, to make a breeding piece, and I think is going to, be valuable both, if a young person wants to, take that one showing next weekend or even next summer, but then in production. I think that one has a lot of cool, unique breeding pieces in terms of just her attractiveness, in terms of her head and neck design, how she ties into her, just her spine and progressively widens. She's really soft-bodied and attractive. Really think that one's neat. And then again, there's several of them out here. We talked this dark tinged heifer out here as well. Came out of a class that had a couple high-quality ones that differed maybe ever so slightly, but I think obviously that's kind of the beauty and the reason why we bring them to town to evaluate them, both in this case for a show, but ultimately for the sale tomorrow, because again, depending on what you guys are looking for, what your end goals are, you certainly could like them a lot of different ways. And so again, if you would, folks ringside, give these open heifer exhibitors a big round of applause. We'll select you a champion and reserve in my out here.
Your Champion Open heifer, lot 31s, exhibited by Lentz Red Angus. A February out of class 4. Pulling in for contention, lot 42, Carrie Schwickenrath. Reserve Open heifer goes to lot 8, exhibited by CB2 Cattle Company. Again, photos will be in the cattle barn after the show at the backdrop. Red Angus exhibitors, if you need videos for Live Auctions TV, Margot is doing that on the west side of the show arena. Entering the ring is class 7, September of 22 heifers.
If I'm not mistaken, I think the gentleman in the hat that matches mine is the consigner for both these September fall females. I'm going to opt to use the one his assistant's showing today. I just like her in terms of just her size and how she kind of combines everything. When she gets parked, she offers you a very nice look from the profile. Some moderation, super deep-bodied. I like how she blends her neck into her shoulder. She's collected in terms of, you know, not only from her shoulder back to her tail head set, but everything just kind of fits together very nicely. I like this heifer quite a bit. I guess the bigger outline female that is similar age just offers some differences. You have to appreciate the performance in that female, love her length of body, maybe wants to duck in her pins just ever so slightly, maybe just throwing off her balance, but a heifer that, again, depending on which way you're going or what your goals are, I think both offer a lot of good. So congratulations, young man. Good luck in the sale.
Your Class 7 placings, Lot 4, Bayou Ranch with Bayou Reba, 289K, and Lot 3, Bayou Ranch with Bayou Gypsy, 292K. Entering the ring, we have Class 8, May, April, and March bred heifers.
Folks, working into our bred heifer classes here, and I think we're going to leave these cattle kind of in order of what they're standing here. So I'm going to use the gentleman in the hat today. Again, I think this heifer, she might be the younger one out here and maybe not as far along in terms of bred, in terms of when they're due. But I think this heifer offers a lot of good. I think she gets around the ring well. I like her attractive, feminine head shape, how she blends into her neck, into her shoulder. I like the length of spine, the depth of body, and she's still good at the ground, in my opinion. Again, the heifer I think that most closely resembles and maybe even gives a shot more power is this heifer here, kind of right in the middle. One that is just so expansive through her center portion of body, offers a little bit more natural shape from behind, maybe just obviously not quite as tied in as well, right in behind her shoulder, maybe wants to get up in her spine. Obviously these things are bred heifers. I think he said maybe she's due later towards the end of April, but again, I still appreciate how well these things are doing and their condition and their just kind of where they're at today in terms of their age. And then the gentleman bringing out the bigger outline heifer, the size doesn't necessarily scare me. I like the foot size, maybe reconstruct the toe shape just ever so slightly. Just a whale of a cow prospect here, so much power and substance. I said it in the open heifer classes, depending on what your end goals are, this thing could definitely be for you. I like this one as well, but I'd just like to see her just a shot more moderate, in my opinion, and tie a couple things together a little better. But I think that heifer offers just so much capacity and substance and mass. Again, you can do a lot of things with those heifers, but a nice class nonetheless.
Your placings out of Class 8, Lot 58, exhibited by Tim and Kathy Weber with AWEB Charlotte. And second, Lot 59, exhibited by Tim and Kathy Weber with AWEB Glow Plug. In the ring now is Class 9. These will be your October and September 21 bred heifers.
couple older fall models here, and gentleman in the vest is again getting an assist out here. But I like this 132 calf. Or heifer, excuse me, maybe just a shot more natural substance and power. I like the foot size and the stoutness of bone. Just kind of burly, big, deep body, got some natural power and dimension from behind. I like that heifer quite a bit. The one that we're going to go second here, maybe just a sleeker neck, neater fronted option, maybe not quite as high tying. Maybe just like to see her a shot more powerful or opened up when you get behind the cattle. But again, obviously follows suit in terms of just the length of body, just having the capacity, had that added age, but a nice pair of bred females nonetheless. And I know you're not supposed to take bribes out here, but I told the young man, he said he'd give me $1, and so I'm hoping I got $2 now or something. But no, anyways, but nice pair of bred heifers.
Your placings in Class 9, Lot 1, exhibited by Bar U with Bar U 132, and Lot 2, exhibited by Bar U with Bar U 136. Entering in the ring, we will be selecting our champion bred heifer and the reserve champion bred heifer. From Class 7, we have Lot 4, exhibited by Bar U Ranch. Out of Class 8, we have Lot 58, exhibited by Tim and Kathy Weber. And out of Class 9, we have Lot 1, exhibited by Bar U. In the ring for reserve out of Class 8, we have Lot 59, exhibited by Tim and Kathy Weber. Again, we will be selecting your champion bred heifer and reserve champion bred heifer. Immediately following that, we will select our overall champion red Angus heifer and overall reserve champion red Angus heifer.
Not quite as many numbers in our bred red Angus heifers division, but I think quality's been good. Definitely some differences in terms of some ages and sizes from end to end, but there was a pair of cattle, and I think they do resemble what I consider a pair of cattle out here that I'd like to just stick together with. So the gentleman in the cowboy hat in the middle is going to go ahead and be our champion bred heifer, followed by our reserve over here, a good second. But congratulations to all these consigners.
Your champion bred heifer, Lot 58, exhibited by Tim and Kathy Weber, and the reserve champion bred heifer, Lot 59, exhibited by Tim and Kathy Weber. Entering the ring, we will make your selection for the overall champion red Angus heifer and the overall reserve champion red Angus heifer. Following that, we will be moving into our bull show.
very nice female show that all these consigners brought to town for the sale tomorrow, and so hopefully there's a lot of active bidding and excited buying tomorrow, because I think these things are pretty nice. Like we just mentioned, obviously more sheer numbers in the open heifer division, and I think the representative that we have out here is very, very top notch, and so compliments to that young lady and her family for bringing a very high quality individual. Again, the reserve, I thought, a younger April heifer, but one that I thought had a world of future in there. And then the gentleman that brought the bred females, is they're going to obviously have the advantage in terms of just being further along in life, and they're obviously going to enter production here pretty quickly, and I think they're going to make their new owners pretty proud and be valuable assets. But young lady, why don't you just kind of circle your Supreme Red Angus female out here out front. We're going to use you. Congratulations. Congratulations. Very nice calf. Nice job. We're going to keep the opens together. Congratulations, sir.
Your overall champion Red Angus heifer is lot 31, exhibited by Lentz Red Angus. Overall reserve champion Red Angus heifer, lot 8, exhibited by CB2 Cattle Company. Entering the ring, we will be starting our bull show with class 10, lot 50, exhibited by TLC Livestock Services, and lot 23, exhibited by JVM Cattle Company. These will be May and April bulls. Again, I'd like to recognize our judge for today's Red Angus show, Tyler Krug from Atkins, Iowa. Tyler is an Iowa State University graduate who works now in the ag business as a professor at Kirkwood Community College in Cedar Rapids, Iowa. Tyler, along with his family, raise Simi and Angus cattle. Let's give Tyler a round of applause for helping us out with the show today.
Kicking off the bull show with some younger cattle, but these two guys offer quite a bit of quality. We're going to use the gentleman out here, this May bull, to go ahead and win. I mean, for not being as age advantage as some of them will probably see in the ring today, I think this guy offers a lot of quality. Big testicled bull, long, flexible in his spine, upheading and attractive, but yet still has, I think, ample muscle. I think he's square and powerful. I like a lot of things about that guy, so I think I feel comfortable using him to start. A little bit darker calf here and coming in second. He has a world of length and extension. He's so high tying. He too is one that you appreciate in terms of his flexibility, in terms of being practical and getting out and going. Maybe just not quite as oomphy, if that's a description word we can use. Maybe gives up some of the extra power and stoutness, but a nice bull nonetheless. Nice pair to kick off our bull show out here today.
Placings for class 10, lot 50, exhibited by TLC Livestock Services with TLC Loverboy 356L. And second, lot 23, exhibited by JVM Cattle Company with JTVM Legacy 282L. Entering the ring, we have our March bull calves, class 11. Red Angus exhibitors, if you need video for Live Auctions TV, Margot is on the west side of the ring to get those completed for you. Pictures will be after the bull show in the cattle barn at the backdrop.
Quality continues, and this young lady's brought us a couple bulls that I think they're sired by, and I'm not sure if the heifer was sired by the same bull, but I think they're kind of stamping them here. I just really like this calf's build. I think there's a couple cattle that maybe have a shot more sheer just muscle expression and maybe are pulled apart in some different areas. But from the profile, from a completeness standpoint, from a build and athleticism standpoint, I really like this calf that the young woman's going to go ahead and lead off this class with. I like a lot of things about him. Congratulations. Power bull here in second, moderate, super thick-ended. Love those things about him. Just shapely, maybe just a shot more, compact. I'd like to see him get out and go just a notch more comfortably or more fluidly. But just on top side power, he has it for days. I think a really, really thick-ended rascal that's got just so much muscle and sheer hip and powered even down into his stifle and in lower quarter. But a nice bull there nonetheless. Gentleman in the blue coming out next. I think this calf is one that I appreciate his shape down his top. I think he's got ample foot size and bone. Collectively maybe just doesn't balance up as well. I think he's maybe just a shot shallower in terms of his center portion of his body. But again, has kind of that masculine, kind of bullish features about him. Like those things about him. Congratulations. Gentleman in the hat that comes out next, a huge testicled bull. Deep-sided bull, like his color, probably has some added length and maybe even just has a shot better balance. Big-footed, again, some good true breeding pieces about that calf. But again, a really deep class of four here, Red Angus March bulls. Nice job.
Your results from Class 11 March bull calves. Lot 22, exhibited by JVM Cattle Company with JTVM Landslide 38L. And Lot 34 in second, exhibited by Linder's Reds, KCJ Angus with LR Peacemaker. In the ring now, we have Class 12, which are your February bull calves.
February bulls that are starting to celebrate their first birthday, I like this calf out here in terms of completeness. It's kind of like a couple of the classes that we've talked about. You know, this calf might not be the most heavily muscled bull calf out here, but again, you know, in terms of athleticism, foot size and quality and shape, just having the appropriate build, in my opinion, you know, to be able to cover cows for a long time. I like this guy quite a bit. I think everything kind of fits together really, really well. You know, hasn't been, you know, kind of exploded or pulled apart or pushed too hard. In my opinion, I think that guy is a really nice candidate to be a herd bull prospect. I think this calf that we're going to use second probably most closely resembles him, in my opinion. A calf that you know just have to appreciate. You know, his squareness. I think he maybe toes a head squarer up front, a little truer than a couple of the cattle that are maybe going to come next. Maybe doesn't have quite the balanced and collective look as the calf that we started with, but super deep-sided from his heart back to his flank. I like those things about him. You get behind the cattle, appreciate his natural shape and thickness. Bigger frame calf coming out next. Huge testicled bull that, again, you know, if you're looking for the added frame and performance, have to appreciate this young man leading this big 1,300-pound calf out here today. For me, you know, maybe it isn't quite as collected. I'd like to square him up front just ever so slightly and set down a notch more comfortably. But again, turn him out on a nice big group of cows. I think that calf is going to add some good quality calves to your cow herd. And then, gentlemen, I really, really appreciate this calf that's going to come next. One that you get behind the cattle, I love his pin width, his shape and expression. Big testicled, huge-footed, stout, powerful. Maybe wants to just kind of run downhill from the tail head, just lay that in there and tuck him down in his flank a little bit. But again, you know, talk about one that is powerfully constructed in terms of his hip design, stoutness of foot size and bone, like those things about him. Maybe just want to make him a little bit better in terms of his shoulder and how he sets down on his toes up front. But a really nice class of February bulls that came out there. Appreciate those guys bringing them to town.
Placings for Class 12, Lot 49, exhibited by TLC Livestock Services with TLC Lego World 306L. And in second, Lot 47, exhibited by Steady Run Genetics, SRG Wide Load 3015. Entering the ring, we have Class 13, which will be your late January bull cows.
Folks, I don't know if I exactly had my mind made up, but we wanted to circle these guys again because I think I don't know how many of the folks ringside are going to be in attendance tomorrow with bidder numbers, but I wanted you to get a chance to see these guys get out on the move one more time and just have be able to visualize what these rascals are going to look like in your pasture 5-6 months from now, covering cows, or even 2-3 years down the road. Because I think all three of these bulls, we're getting into some deeper water. I think these three are very, very high quality, and I do think they all offer a lot of good. The young man's been bringing good stock to town all day. I think this dark bull is just a real high quality individual. I mean, from his nose ring back to his switch, I think everything just kind of fits together. I like this guy's build. I like just his overall completeness and balance. He's rugged, yet he's still good in terms of his joints. Big testicled bull, high quality. I like that one a great deal. Congratulations. Gentleman coming out next, another big testicled bull, just sound structured, has a world of hip in terms of just sheer depth and power into his twist and stifle. I like this depth of body. He's bold sprung, just a really good looking breeding bull prospect out here. He's good in terms of the angle of his sheath. I like his looseness of spine and like those things about him. Real high quality one to go second. And then gal that is right here coming in next. I love this one in terms of foot quality. I like the size and shape to his feet and his hooves. I love his length of spine. He's powerfully constructed and square. Again, like we said, folks, these three are very high quality. Definitely mark them towards the top of your list because I think all three of these guys are just a very high quality. Can't go wrong either way. So again, if you would, go ahead and put your hands together for those three consigners on bringing some real nice ones to the expo today.
Your placings for Class 13, Lot 9, exhibited by CB2 Cattle Company with CBCB Red Bear 204L. Second, Lot 19, exhibited by Tim Johnson with TJC 757E Legend 26L. In the lot, we have Class 14. These will be January bull calves. Following this, we'll be making your selection of your champion bull calf and reserve champion bull calf.
Couple deep red ones gonna go ahead and lead off this top pair. Gentleman in the vest brings one that I think is kind of pretty next level in terms of quality. Again, we starting from the ground up. I think this guy's build is very, very good. I think he has ample power and substance. I love his flexible spine. He's dead level out through his hip into his tail head. Big testicle, a lot to like about this calf. Very high quality. Congratulations. The other dark cherry red one that's coming out next, he's the other power bull, one that just looks rugged and just has so much substance and mass, and yet still reads with pretty good angles in terms of how he kind of is assembled in terms of his bone work and joints. Again, a lot of red meat power packed in that rascal, a calf that I think offers a lot of good in terms of substance and just sheer mass and power. Again, a lot of different ways you could go with those couple. Gentleman coming out next, I like this calf in terms of being square at the ground, added substance of bone all the way through. He's had a couple of them that way today. One that, again, attractive about his head and neck and from his high shoulder all the way back to his level hip. Bold sprung through the center portion of his body. Has a really, really neat, attractive look. A nice calf there that's coming out next. Lighter colored calf that's coming here at the end that the young lady is showing is one that maybe gives up some of the added size today, but I still think there's good. I think moderation's all right, and depending on, again, what kind of cows you're going to turn this rascal loose on, offers a great deal of good as well. He's smooth in terms of his shoulder, long spine. I think one that still has enough muscle, but just gives up some of the extras today, some of the cattle that we saw in 1 and 2 that I really, really like. But a nice class of bulls there coming out of that January class. Congratulations, those exhibitors.
Your Class 14 winner, Lot 56X, exhibited by Wangan Cattle Company with WANG King of the Hill 303L. Second, Lot 57, exhibited by Wangan Cattle Company with WANG Rosebud 307L. Entering the ring, we will be selecting your champion bull and reserve champion bull. From Class 10, Lot 50, exhibited by TLC Livestock Services. Class 11, Lot 22, exhibited by JVM Cattle Company. Class 12, Lot 49, exhibited by TLC Livestock Services. Lot 9, exhibited by CB2 Cattle Company. And out of Class 14, Lot 56X, exhibited by Wangan Cattle Company. Again, we will be selecting your champion and reserve champion bull. In the ring, your reserve from Class 10, Lot 23, exhibited by JVM Cattle Company. From Class 11, Lot 34, exhibited by Linder's Red Angus, KCJ Angus. From Class 12, Reserve, Lot 47, exhibited by Steady Run Genetics. From Class 13, Lot 19, exhibited by Tim Johnson. And from Class 14, your Reserve, Lot 57, exhibited by Wangan Cattle Company.
Folks, I'm really impressed. I appreciate the opportunity to come out and work through some of your guys' sale cattle out here for the Red Angus Beef Expo sale tomorrow. Really excited about our lineup out here today. Again, top to bottom, all these bulls that are out here and a couple that actually maybe aren't out here anymore, give a lot of good. I think these first three give up some age and maybe a little bit of weight, but I'm really excited about their future in terms of just their athletic build, their attractive look, and just some of the things that they offer. I think are pretty high quality. Again, we talked in class that they might have not have been, the biggest or have the most extreme in any one area, but I thought those three cattle out of the first three classes there offered the most balanced and complete look with some added breeding value and show ring eye appeal and extra qualities. And then got into some bigger cattle here. Young man with maybe a slicker haired bull. I like this one quite a bit in just terms of being a rugged athletic breeding bull prospect, big testicled, one that's long bodied and deep sided, gets around the ring all right, and I think offers just an extra punch when you get right in behind the cattle. And then the Fuzzy Rascal out here on the end, one that's up-headed and attractive. He's good in terms of his angles and his joint work. Again, one that is about as level and good in terms of his hip and rear leg assembly as that we've maybe seen. I like him a great deal. Congratulations on the champion out here in this lineup. Nice job.
Your champion bull exhibited lot 56 by Wankin Cattle Company.
This guy that's pulling into contention for reserve, just again a power bull that's so shapely and powerful from wherever viewed. Again, in terms of just the sheer power down his top, just into his quarter and rear view, like a lot of things about him. But we're going to go ahead and use the young man right here out in front of me. Lot 9 is going to be my reserve. Congratulations.
Your reserve champion bull, lot 9, exhibited by CB2 Cattle Company. Entering the ring, we have class 16. These will be your December-November 22 bulls.
Some older December bulls, and they offer a lot of differences. We're going to go ahead and use this young lady in the green sweatshirt to go ahead and lead off this class. I think a calf that maybe is a combination in terms of muscle and athleticism. He's a little deeper chested than I'd like to see. But when you kind of get off the profile, he's practical, he's deep bodied, he's flexible in his spine, and he's pretty good at the ground. Maybe just like to balance him up a little bit in his look from the side, especially through his chest floor there. And then the young lady in the hat, a bull that probably gives up some muscle. Obviously the calf that we have standing here, the gal in the white, he's the heavy muscle bull of the class, but he's kind of the attractive, good-sided one that's probably more balanced in terms of his look from the profile. And then also, I think he gets around the ring just so much better. I like how he sets down in terms of using his hock with some actual flex and setting down more comfortably. I'd sure like to see him just with a shot more power and just mass, but I like just his balanced look from the profile. Here's the power bull of the class. I think he's the heaviest muscled, and he's the shapeliest down his top. And if that fits your cow base, then I would definitely go ahead and use a guy like that. I just maybe want to just change him structurally ever so slightly of how he gets out and goes. He's just a little bit tighter there for me, but a nice class of older aged advantage bulls.
Your results from Class 16, Lot 20, exhibited by Tenley Jones with Wink Cinch, L403. And second, Lot 15X, exhibited by Hine Cattle Company with HCC out in front, 283K. Entering the ring, we have Class 23. This will be your final class before the selection of the Champion Senior and Reserve Champion Senior bulls. These bulls range in date from September, July, and April of 2022. Join us tomorrow for the Red Angus Classic 48th Annual Sale at 2 p.m. in the North Annex of the Iowa State Fairgrounds. This year, the order will be selling bulls first and then the heifers second.
Another nice class of aged bulls out here, and definitely some different sizes and shapes. We're going to go ahead and use the Summerborn out here today, this darker red one, to go ahead and lead off. I think, again, we've talked about just combination and balance, and maybe not the most extreme in any one area, but I think this calf maybe puts it together for me in this particular class. I like a lot of things about him. Good balance look from the profile, ample muscle, sets down square on all fours, and just ties it all together in a pretty good package. Congratulations, I like that calf. Again, depending on where your priorities lie, you could do a lot of different things, and in top to bottom, obviously we'll see how the folks like them tomorrow. But gentlemen, the young man, I'm up to $3 now. The young man in the hat is going to go ahead and second this class. I think just a fall-born, obviously a year and a half old. I like him in terms of his size. I think he blends neat into his shoulder. He's big-footed and square at the ground. He fills his tracks. Deep-sided again. Maybe not the most extreme in terms of power out here, or the biggest testicle bull we've seen all day, but liked a lot of things about that guy. And then young man doing a great job on the stick out here today. Huge testicled bull, coming 2-year-old. He has the age advantage there. He's been out covering cows. He's ready to get turned out on another big group. And if that suits your cow herd, then I think that'd be a good selection for you. For me, just a nickel more extreme in terms of his shoulder design. I just like to just clean him up there and reconstruct him in terms of his structure. But really nice class of age advantage bulls out here.
From class 23, lot 17, exhibited by Hein Cattle Company with HCC O Powerhouse 240K. And second, lot 5, exhibited by Bayou Ranch with Bayou Power Broker 257K. In the ring now, we will be selecting our champion senior bull and the reserve champion senior bull. Followed by that, we will be selecting our overall champion Red Angus bull and your overall reserve champion Red Angus bull. Entering the ring from class 16 in reserve is lot 15X, exhibited by Hein Cattle Company. And out of class 23, lot 5, exhibited by Bayou Ranch.
Without further ado, there's a couple cattle out here that I think I just, again, put some pieces together and maybe more of a complete package, and those are the cattle that came out of our last class. So we're going to use this dark pigmented one, and then the young man in the cowboy hat for reserve. Congratulations out here.
Your champion senior bull, lot 17, exhibited by Hein Cattle Company with HCC O Powerhouse 240K, and your reserve champion senior bull, lot 5, exhibited by Bayou Ranch with Bayou Power Broker 257K. Entering the ring, we will be making your selection of the overall champion Red Angus bull and your overall reserve champion Angus bull. We have your champion bull from lot 56, exhibited by Wangan Cattle Company. And from your champion senior bull, lot 17, exhibited by Hein Cattle Company. In reserve, from your reserve champion bull, lot 9, exhibited by CB2 Cattle Company. And as reserve, lot 5, exhibited by Bayou Ranch. Again, we're selecting your champion Red Angus bull and overall reserve champion Red Angus bull.
Like I said before, I appreciate the opportunity to come in and work through your guys' sale cattle. I think the heifers were extremely good and deep, and the numbers were good. And the bulls didn't disappoint, and so it's neat to have a lineup out here with the quality that we've had. And again, when Mike gave me the call and we chatted, he's gonna get me in trouble because sometimes the one I like isn't gonna be the one that sells the highest tomorrow, and so people kind of curse and and talk about who likes what, but that's kind of the beauty of it. Everybody's got a little bit different cow base and a little bit different goals and objectives, but the ones out here I'm pretty comfortable with, and there's a couple extra ones that I think offer just some extra positives out here today, and that you can do a lot of different things with. And so without further ado, I'll select a champion in reserve or supreme bull out here today for our Iowa Beef Expo show sale. If you would, go ahead and put your hands together for our bull exhibitors we've had out here today. It's been a good lineup.
Congratulations to Wangan Cattle Company with Lot 56, chose as your overall champion Red Angus bull, and your overall reserve champion Red Angus bull, Lot 9, exhibited by CB2 Cattle Company. Red Angus exhibitors' pictures will be at the backdrop in the cattle barn immediately following the show. Again, thank you to Tyler Krug for giving his time and sorting the cattle for our Red Angus sale tomorrow.